President Alder, distinguished faculty, family, friends, and especially the Augustana University class of 2016. It is with a great pleasure that I return today to my alma mater to join you on this significant occasion. Today's ceremony, as has been mentioned, is particularly special because you have the distinction of being the first class of graduates from Augustana University. This marks a new chapter in the exciting, long, and distinguished history of our school. I know you will wear this honor proudly. Let me begin by congratulating you not only on your graduation, but on your many accomplishments and contributions. In the classrooms and in the laboratories, in the concert hall, including Carnegie Hall, on the theater stage, and certainly on the basketball court, here in this arena and throughout the country. More than half a century ago, I began my academic journey as a student on this campus, and then returned as a young faculty member in the mid-1960s. Though a long time ago, the lessons learned here and the relationships forged remain with me a half-century later. Indeed, the friends made at Augustana have remained friends for life. And some of them have joined my wife, Dorothy, and me for this special weekend here in Sioux Falls. I'm also joined by other members of the Hokenstad clan, many of whom are Augie graduates. One of the things I remember most about my days at Augustana are the educators who opened whole new worlds to me. And I can say with reflection and gratitude that their many lessons have had a significant impact on my life and my work. They include Donald Frixell and Palmer Eide, both wise and passionate professors. They taught me to appreciate and interpret great literature and art. And they reminded me that all art enhances whatever path we may ultimately choose in our career. And Stanley Olson, who brought alive the great ideas of the great philosophers from Plato and Aristotle to James and Dewey. And in the process of teaching me about the richness of thought, they also would remain relevant throughout my life and my career. And Orville Westby, who was first my teacher and then my colleague in the Department of Sociology and Social Work, who challenged me to not only recognize social injustice, but to act on that knowledge. There were many others as well, but I think that Dr. Westby's unyielding call for social commitment is particularly noteworthy. It helped define the foundation on which I would build my career. This commitment to giving back is now yours to carry forward. It's a concept perfectly captured in the words of Gandhi when he said, "You must be the change you wish for in this world." And of course, it is a philosophy that's embedded in the very words of Augustana's motto, "Enter to learn, leave to serve." Many of you will go on to further your education, and others will soon set out to build your careers. All of you will have an opportunity to use your Augustana learning in ways that will benefit not only yourselves and your families, but others you have yet to meet. Whether through your career work or through your volunteering or both, whatever you do and wherever you live, you will always have the opportunity to serve. Obviously, this is not a new thought for Augustana students. Service is part of the culture of this university. And I know that many of you have already begun to act on this commitment. I'm told that some of today's graduates have volunteered at homeless centers here in South Dakota. Others have traveled to Guatemala to provide support and care as student assistants at health clinics. By all reports, you're off to a promising start. And I can tell you firsthand that these opportunities will only continue to grow in our increasing globalized world. New pipelines to serve are being built every day. For example, international non-governmental organizations, or INGOs, offer one career possibility through service abroad. This is an area I'm particularly familiar with because one of our daughters, our middle child, Laura, has thrived in this field of work. Laura's area of expertise is disaster management, and she worked for many years with the Red Cross, experiencing disasters from 9/11 to Hurricane Katrina and so forth. But recently, she joined Save the Children, an international non-governmental organization headquartered in London. She was Director of Safety and Security for that agency in Sierra Leone during the recent Ebola crisis. Since then, she has worked with the agency's field offices in northern Syria during the ongoing conflict there. I should add that while I'm enormously proud of Laura, she should also be proud of me. As a father, I've learned the hard way to be quiet about my worries as she goes off to a new trouble spot around the world. This kind of parental restraint, I must admit, is something they don't teach at Augustana. That's something you really have to learn on your own. I've also recently heard from one of my former students who is now in Cambodia, working for the International Justice Mission, an international NGO, faith-based. She's directing the provision of aftercare for women, girls, and some boys who have been trafficked in that part of the world. Of course, it's not necessary to go abroad to provide help to individuals, families, and communities in need. There are ample opportunities in our own backyard. Many of them are through church-based agencies such as Lutheran Social Service. I had the opportunity to work with that excellent agency during my days at Augustana, and it continues to provide an excellent service around the United States. As we all know, service needn't be a full-time line of work either. There are boundless opportunities to volunteer as an avocation. Two Augustana alumni, both of whom have played prominent roles in my life, epitomize this type of service. They are my father and my brother. My father, Merle, a 1929 graduate of Augustana, was a successful businessman. But even as he held down this job, Dad embraced the many service assignments that he took on through his church, as well as his active role of board chairman of the Salvation Army. Then, after his retirement, he was recruited to go back to work, this time for the Blue Valley Community Action Program at the time of the War on Poverty, and he spent another almost decade contributing his time and talent to this important poverty prevention program. And then there's my brother Doug, who's here today. Doug graduated from Augustana in 1961. He went on to get a law degree at the University of Nebraska and had a career with the Federal Bureau of Investigation during much of his career as legal director of the Nebraska-Iowa FBI office. Both during this career and afterwards, he's been active in a variety of leadership in service settings, from the Episcopal Church, Food Pantry Board, to the Kids Cuisine Children Kitchen for the Salvation Army. So I guess you could say of our family of our Augustana graduates have certainly taken the university's motto to heart. And that is what I wish for you, the opportunity to enhance your life by enhancing the lives of others. It is what the American author Ralph Waldo Emerson called one of the beautiful compensations of life. In recent years, I spent considerable time in China, both teaching and consulting. And during these visits, I become very interested in many of the proverbs that come out of the various Chinese philosophies. One of them, I believe, is fitting for today's ceremony. And after translating it into American English, I'd like to leave you with it. It goes like this: if you want happiness for an hour, take a nap. If you want happiness for a day, go fishing. If you want happiness for a year, inherit a fortune. If you want happiness for a lifetime, help someone. And so here is wishing you, Augustana University's class of 2016, a lifetime of happiness. As you depart from this remarkable campus and head towards horizons unknown, may you take with you the knowledge you have gained, the friendships you have made, and the memories you hold dear. And may you always hold fast to Augustana's motto: you entered to learn, now you leave to serve. Again, congratulations and thank you very much.